Title: ChatGPT versus Claude versus Gemini for YouTube scripts. Hook: I gave the same YouTube video idea to 3 AI models: ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. The goal was simple: which one can write the best script for a faceless YouTube video? But I did not judge them by which one sounded the smartest. I judged them by what actually matters on YouTube: the hook, the pacing, the structure, the originality, and how easy the script would be to edit. The test prompt. Here is the idea I gave each model. Write a faceless YouTube script about building a simple online business with AI in 24 hours. The tone should be practical, skeptical, and beginner-friendly. Avoid fake income claims. Structure it for retention. That prompt matters because it gives the model a job. It is not just asking for words. It is asking for a specific format, a specific audience, and a specific risk to avoid. The scoring system. I scored each script in 5 categories. First, the hook. Would a viewer keep watching after the first 15 seconds? Second, structure. Does the video have a clear beginning, middle, and payoff? Third, retention. Does something change every section? Fourth, originality. Does it avoid the same generic AI advice we've all heard? Fifth, editability. Could a creator actually turn the script into a video with visuals, captions, and screen recordings? The common mistake. Before we get to the winner, all 3 models made the same mistake in different ways. They wanted to explain too much before the story started. This is the biggest problem with AI-written YouTube scripts. They often sound like an article, but YouTube is not an article. The viewer needs motion. Instead of saying, AI has changed the way people build businesses, the video should start with a test. For example, I gave myself 24 hours to build a business with AI, and the first idea failed in 11 minutes. That gives the viewer a reason to stay. ChatGPT result. ChatGPT produced the cleanest, beginner-friendly structure. It created clear sections, simple language, and a strong step-by-step flow. The good part was clarity. A new creator could understand the script quickly and turn it into a basic video. The weak part was originality. Some lines sounded like standard internet advice: choose a niche, create an offer, build a landing page, promote it online. That's not wrong, but it's not enough. The script needed more conflict, more specific decisions, and more show-me-what-happened moments. Score for ChatGPT. Hook, 7 out of 10. Structure, 8 out of 10. Retention, 6 out of 10. Originality, 5 out of 10. Editability, 8 out of 10. Claude result. Claude produced the most natural narration. The writing felt more human, and the transitions were smoother. The best part was that Claude understood skepticism. It avoided making the business idea sound too easy, which is important if you want the channel to feel trustworthy. The weak part was pacing. Some sections were long and needed trimming. A good YouTube script should not take 2 minutes to reach the next visual change. Claude gave me a strong second draft, but I would still cut it aggressively before recording. Score for Claude. Hook, 8 out of 10. Structure, 7 out of 10. Retention, 7 out of 10. Originality, 7 out of 10. Editability, 7 out of 10. Gemini result.
Gemini was the most useful for brainstorming angles and visual ideas. It suggested ways to show the process, compare outputs, and create a more visual video. That is valuable for faceless channels because the visuals are often the hardest part. The weak part was that the script itself needed more polish. Some sections felt less sharp, and the opening did not hit as hard as it needed to. I would use Gemini as a creative assistant, especially for visual planning, but not as the final scriptwriter without editing. Score for Gemini. Hook, 6 out of 10. Structure, 7 out of 10. Retention, 7 out of 10. Originality, 7 out of 10. Editability, 8 out of 10. The winner. The winner depends on the job. If you need the clearest first draft, use ChatGPT. If you need the most natural narration, use Claude. If you need visual ideas and creative angles, use Gemini. But for a publishable, faceless YouTube script, I would not use only one model. The best workflow. Here is the workflow I would use. Use Gemini to brainstorm the visual structure. Use ChatGPT to create the clean outline. Use Claude to rewrite the narration so it sounds more human. Then do one human edit for retention. That final edit is where you add conflict, cut generic lines, and make sure every section creates a reason to keep watching. The prompt that worked best. Here's the prompt I would use next time. Write a faceless YouTube script for a skeptical beginner audience. Use a challenge format. Open with a result or failure in the first 15 seconds. Every section must include a visual suggestion. Avoid generic advice. Include moments where the plan goes wrong. End with a practical workflow the viewer can copy. That prompt is better because it forces the model to think like a video editor, not just a writer. Final takeaway. AI can write YouTube scripts, but it usually writes safe scripts. Safe is not enough. A strong faceless video needs a visible challenge, a reason to keep watching, and proof on screen. The best AI model is the one that helps you get to that structure faster. For me, the winning system is not ChatGPT versus Claude versus Gemini. It is ChatGPT plus Claude plus Gemini with a human making the final call. Call to action. If you want the exact script prompt I used for this test, comment prompt. I'll share the full version in a template.